Hello and welcome to a new video. This vlog will be a bit different than the other ones if you have seen the other ones before, because I was a bit chaotic with recording. And yeah, I'm gonna try out something new and talk through like the whole week and blend in some clips. So let's see how it goes. I hope it will be like a cozy vlog. I started off my week by a little trip to Basel to visit a museum there, the Fondation beyeler, which is like my favorite museum in Switzerland. It's just such a beautiful museum, the park surrounding it and the architecture of the museum itself, and also the selection of art pieces that they are displaying are also very good. This time they had an exhibition of Henri Matisse. I thought I was quite familiar with Matisse, but it turned out I wasn't. I learned a lot of new stuff about him. I was kind of surprised in how many different styles that he painted, and also just like in general with how much different art he put out there, with like paper cut things, sculptures, paintings, and also the paintings had like very different styles. I also didn't know that he was a lawyer in the beginning and that he traveled a lot of times. There's also like another exhibition which is throughout the whole year. They always change out certain pieces of that, but it was awesome as well. I've seen that before, but still a lot of great art in that museum, and I can highly recommend to visit that place. Especially if you're under 25, because then you will get in for free. We spent the whole day in Basel, went through the city a bit, ate something, then I went back home. On Tuesday I went to Bern with a good friend who is also a magician, and we visited another friend who is basically selling a part of his book library of magic and mentalism books. And yeah, I picked up a few books from him, which was super cool because I looked out for those books for a pretty long time, because I'm trying to build my own library of magic and mentalism books. And yeah, those were 3 books that missed in that library. The 3 of us basically drank coffee, talked magic and mentalism, performed some stuff for each other, just jammed around a bit for the whole afternoon, which was super nice. Then we also tried to visit the Paul Klee Museum, which was sadly already closing, so we didn't get to see a lot of that. Then we already went home. I'm super happy with the new books that I have. I think I will show them in a little pickup section of this video. On Thursday I went to a concert from the band Godspeed Black Emperror, and that concert was insane. It was so good. I will definitely put up some clips here. It was so surreal to see them live. I think their music is very different if you hear it live. And right now when I listen to their music again on like Spotify or vinyl, it sounds kind of different, I think because I've seen them live. I don't know if that makes sense, but it kind of changed how I listen to their music as well. That might sound weird, I don't know. They also played like some visuals in the background on like a big screen, and it was so well suiting with the music that they played. And it was such a good concert, a very loud one. I'm super happy that I had like earplugs with me, because otherwise I would have like an ear damage or something, I think. This is just one of those bands that is really good live, and the whole music transforms if you see them live, I think. Especially with like the visuals and seeing all those people from the band up on stage and playing all those instruments together, and just hearing how this like one big sound wave comes at you with all those different instruments mixed and the visuals in the background. It was just a very surreal experience, and they really did a great job at like creating their whole world. I think they're really unique, and it's quite an experience to see them live, so I can highly recommend, just like in general, to go to concerts, but also to see Godspeed Black Emperror live, because they did a great job. The rest of the week was a lot of office work. I had a lot of booking requests for the months of November and December. I hopped on a lot of calls with the clients to discuss through their events, set up some contracts, sent out some offers, just do my mails like in general. And yeah, that was quite time consuming as well, but I really like to do that. For the ones who don't know, I am a self-employed mentalist, performer and writer. So yeah, and I do shows as a mentalist for like private events and also corporate events. And I'm really looking forward for the months of November and December because they look quite busy. I get to work quite often. I also met up with my friends and had a cozy time with them. We cooked together, we ate together, we just chilled around together, talked about life and everything. That was also very nice. Also, the running part took up a lot of time. I still try to run around 5 to 6 times a week and get my workouts in. I'm super happy with how consistent I am with that. And I just love running. I think it's kind of an addiction actually. And I'm also running a lot with a friend, which is super nice to have like a running partner, and we always have like a great time and also can like push each other, which is cool as well. I also started to run in some new shoes and I really like them. Actually, I can show them really quick. This is currently my most used running shoe and it's quite a new one. It's from Hoka. I think it's called the Max 6. It feels super light and very good to run in. So this is obviously not sponsored, but if you need like a good running shoe, I can highly recommend that. But just like try out a lot of different shoes and find the one that is fitting for you. I also spent a lot of time this week reading the new mentalism books that I've got this week from a friend, and also just like brainstormed and worked on new material in general, practiced some old stuff, went over my show, tried to improve some things from notes that I made in the past. Let's also show some pickups, so things that I bought this week. First of all, I bought those 3 books from a friend, which I told at the beginning of this vlog, and I'm really happy with those. Those are 3 books on mentalism, so I won't talk about them here, like in public, because they have quite a lot of secrets in them, and yeah, I kind of want to gatekeep those. If you're like a magician or mentalist, you can happily text me on Instagram, and yeah, we can also talk about those books there if you want, but I just don't want to spread like information and stuff like that in public. I also picked up another little booklet at the Fondation beyeler in Basel, this one. It has kind of a velvet texture, which I really like. It is called But Did You Die? From Precious Okoyomon. I actually didn't know the artist, but I just seen this little booklet and hold it in my hands, and I was like really happy with how it felt and how it looked and everything. The edges are like also red, which is fancy. Also the paper in it is like super thin and the layout is very nice. I will give you a brief glimpse into it. It is a book filled with poems and also some drawings and just like some texts in general. I haven't finished it yet, but the stuff that I've read so far in it, the poems were pretty good. I kind of like them. She has like an own writing style, a very direct one. It's like an art piece itself with how it feels and like the pages, how thin they are, with the little drawings inside and everything. So it's a very inspiring object because I'm also working on a book, which I don't want to talk about too much until it's completely finished. But yeah, it's always inspiring to have like other books from other artists. Then lastly, I also picked up a new vinyl at the Godspeed You Black Emperor concert. This one. This is their newest album, which was released a couple of weeks ago, and I really love this album, especially now that I have heard a lot of the tracks being played live. And I think just like in general, this album is like one of the best albums that came out this year in 2024 so far. I also really enjoyed to listen to this album on vinyl. I think it's perfect for that. I'm super happy that I could pick up this vinyl at the concert. I listened to it a lot this week. It's just also a very good album to put on in the background while you're like reading or writing or just like drinking coffee and whatever. Yeah, this album is perfect for vinyl. In general, their music is perfect on vinyl. I feel like I'm fanboying a bit too much. Let's end it right here. Let's do the weekly music talk. Some new music was released this week, and I always do a playlist with all the new albums and releases in it. Let's talk about the releases that I really enjoyed this week. So first of all, Willy the Kid and Vidon released a new album which is called Deutsche Marks 4. It's their 4th album in this series. They have an album called Deutsche Marks 1, 2, 3, and now this one is the 4th one. It isn't like my favorite rap album ever, but I enjoyed it. It had some good songs on it. I really liked the song Briefcase Raps with The Alchemist, which already came out as a single some weeks before. But in general, I liked some other Deutsche Marks albums better than this one. For example, the Deutsche Marks 3 is like my favorite, I think. And I really like just like the whole album series in general. So if you like rap, it's definitely worth checking it out. Then a band which is called the Chameleons, I hope I pronounced it the right way, released a new EP which is called Tomorrow Remember Yesterday, with some good songs on it. They're like a rock band from, or I think it's rock, from the UK. And yeah, some good songs on it. My favorite album of them is Strange Times. Yeah, I think it's called Strange Times. And yeah, but that EP was also very good as well. Then the rapper Currency dropped a new album which is called The Encore, together with DJ Fresh. I like that album. I always like the stuff that Currency puts out. It isn't the best rap album again, but nice listen. Then Crimeapple released a new single which is called Spike Lee Joint. I always like the stuff that Crimeapple puts out. I especially like the beat on this new track with the saxophone in it. And yeah, I think you should definitely listen to it if you like rap. It's together with DJ Mox and RLX. I think they drop an album quite soon together, because I think this was like the 3rd single from the album. Then another rapper, Chris Crack, released a new song which is called Card Declined at the Abortion Clinic. Kind of a weird and funny title, but it's like typical for Chris Crack. I enjoyed that song. Then Current Choice brought out a new album which is called East My Love. I really like Current Choice, and I also like that new album. It has like a perfect length, it has a lot of good songs in it, a lot of variety, and you should definitely check it out, especially if you don't know Current Choice. I think my favorite Current Choice album is A Different Age, or maybe Wild Heart. I can't decide right now, but either Different Age or Wild Heart. But I also really like this new one, and I think I will listen to it quite often. Also, The Cure released a new single from their upcoming album, which was called A Fragile Thing, and I really loved that single again, and I'm just so excited for the new album on the 1st of November, which is quite soon. Rock Marciano also dropped a new track, which is called Elegant, together with DJ Rude 1. I really love Rock Marciano. I think he's like one of my favorite rappers, or definitely top 5. I listen to him a lot, and I just really liked this new track as well. The beat was just like so simple, and his flow over the whole beat was just so good. And I loved that song. I listened to it the most times of all the new releases, I think, from this week. I just really feel like that Rock Marciano is one of the GOATs out there in the rap game, and I really like this track. Also, another cozy song that came out from Youth Lagoon was My Beautiful Girl. It is really a beautiful song and cozy vibes, so I can recommend that as well. That was it from my favorite releases this week. I also listened to some other stuff, maybe I forgot something, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. You can happily leave a comment with the new things or new music that you discovered and really liked. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the video wasn't too chaotic and too random. I kind of tried out a different thing this time. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, you can happily leave a like on the video and also subscribe for more, and see you next week.